Here's some of the video we shot not too long ago. People are already dressed up in their best. Many of them have already been to a handful of parades this week, but they're ready for the Super Cruise, Mardi Gras, and you know it, Mardi Gras to get here. We caught up with two divas dressed to the nines who say they are excited about the next few days. Listen to this.
We are members of the Divas, the Divine Protectors of Endangered Pleasures.
Okay.
And every year on Friday before Mardi Gras, we have lunch here at Arno's, and we promenade through the French Quarter and have a wonderful time.
And there are many more people just like those two ladies right here on Bourbon Street. We'll bring you all the action coming up on Eyewitness News at 10. But for now, reporting live on Arnold's balcony on Bourbon Street, I'm Grace Jackman, Eyewitness News.
Thank you.